Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all doing? Welcome to the Sheila C Hill Show, where the C stands for courageous. Listen, you're going to need to have some courageousness. Is that a word? You're going to need to have some courage for this topic today because, baby, we are bringing it. We are being real and we're being raw and we're being honest to what we need. I am so glad that you're here today with me so we can talk about something that's so dear to my heart. I'm talking about a topic that I think many mothers struggle with that's listening right now, and that is mom guilt. Yes, you heard it. Mom guilt. As mothers, we often feel like we're doing too much, but then we feel like we're not doing enough for our children and that or we're not doing it the right way. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay to let go of that mom guilt. It's okay to let it go and focus on what really matters. And that's you being healthy and raising your children. Now, let's go over the basics just in case someone doesn't quite understand what mom guilt is. Mom guilt is a term used to describe like the feelings of self-doubt or shame and worry that many mothers experience in relationship to them parenting or their decisions or actions of parenting. Is often characterized by the sense of not being good enough. As a mother, we worry about our choices, our actions, and is it whatever we're doing, is it negatively affecting our children? Is it impacting them in the right light or no? We have so many questions. Now, mom guilt can be triggering. There's certain things that range from a variety of factors, including your obligations may trigger mom guilt, personal interests, social pressures, that's a big one, or even just your everyday activities can be a trigger for mom guilt. It can be a significant impact on a mother's emotional well being. Mental health, having a healthy mental health is so important for us moms. It can also lead to stress. When you're dealing with mom guilt, it can lead to stress, anxiety, and left untreated, depression can set in. We don't want that. That's why we're here having the conversation, having the dialogue to talk about it. Sometimes, it's like the elephant in the room. We don't want to talk about because we don't want to admit that we have these problems. We don't want to admit that we have this guilt. But now is the time to pull back those layers and let's deal with it. Let's talk about it. When mom guilt it can be very challenging. It can be a stressful experience, but it's important to know that it's a common feeling among other mothers as well. And a lot of times it's because we have high expectations and unrealistic standards. In this time, this social media time, we hear about the Instagram lives, the Instagram lifestyle. Listen, that's not true. That's not realistic. But we often compare ourselves to what we see on social media. So it's so important to have realistic standards so then you won't have that mom guilt when you don't meet it. Now, mom guilt can range in different stages. You can have mom guilt when you have the newborn stage all the way up to adulthood. It can come with a variety of situations, such as not being able to breastfeed for the new moms, or when you have to return back to work after having that precious bundle. You feel so guilty when you have to go back to work. Also, mom guilt will come in when you're trying to do something for yourself, self care, or even just the decision that goes against the normal social expectations. This pressure is real. This is a real life. So the pressure to be perfect, to be a perfect mother, to have perfect children who go to a perfect school, who play perfect sports, who you have the perfect dog, the perfect cat, the perfect mouse, whatever, perfect. But I'm here to tell you there's no such thing. That's not realistic. There's nothing that's perfect. And so many times we have a fear of being judged for not being perfect. Listen, it's time to let it go. Let it go. Say it with me. I'm letting it go. Mom, talking about mom guilt is so, just having a conversation with various moms, various backgrounds, at the end of the day, is still the same. It may be different levels, but it's still the same mom guilt. And it's just all around the world. Now, here's some stats. According to a survey conducted by the Today Show and parenting.com, 94% of mothers feel so guilty about one aspect or their parenting or more. So they feel so guilty about some aspect of their parenting. 94%. See how this is normal? You're not alone. So we're going to come out this together. Also, a survey stated that a parenting website, it stated that it found 85% of mothers feel guilty for taking time for themselves, and 63% feel guilty for not spending enough time with their children. Listen, I know it's important. You know it's important. Now it's time to do something about it, because when depression sets in, it can take you for a downward spiral, and it will hold you longer than you can imagine. So that's why we want to deal with this now. Be honest with yourself, because these stats suggest that mom guilt is common. It's an extensive issue among mothers, and it can have a negative impact on your mental health and your well being. Now, however, it is important to note that not all mothers experience mom guilt at the same degree, at the same stages in their life. So these stats are for coping. They're statistics for coping with mom guilt and can be effective in mitigating its negative effects. So we're going to go over later on some things that we can do to come out of this mom guilt. Now, here are some examples. Let's see. Let me know if one of these is your mom guilt. Feeling guilty for losing your patience or getting angry with your children. Okay, that's one of mine. All right, feeling guilty for not being able to afford certain things for your children, such as expensive toys, the latest shoes, the latest clothes, or take them on a lavish vacation. Many moms feel that guilt. Or feeling guilty for not being able to keep a perfectly cleaned home and organized and tidy just right. That was me. When I was an at-home mom, I kept my house spotless. My daughter would have toys everywhere. I would clean it up, especially before my husband get home from work. And I just wanted to look like a magazine. And those expectations was so unrealistic. And then I found out that the pressure was coming from me. It was not coming from outside. It wasn't coming from social media. It was coming from me. Sometimes we can be our worst critic. We have to do better. All right, let's see. So let's see if this is you. Feeling guilty for not being able to attend all of your children's school events or extracurriculum activities because of work or other responsibilities. Ooh, who is that? Is that your mom guilt? Listen, just a few weeks ago. It was prom season, and I had already had something on the books. I had to speak at a conference, a women's conference in another state. And it was the same weekend as my daughter's prom, my daughter's senior prom, and then my other daughter's junior prom. I missed it. I had mom guilt, but I got out of that. I use these tools that I'm going to share with you because it's okay. Yes, that's my daughter's senior prom. She would never go to prom again. She graduates this year. How can you not be there for your daughter? But I was there. I was there on FaceTime. I was there on text. I was there. I wasn't there physically, but I was there. So you have to understand, don't feel guilty. This is something that I had planned way before the prom date was set. So I couldn't do anything about it. And I was not going to beat myself up about it for too long because I did for just a little bit, just a smidgen. So I just want you to know that it is common, but there's ways to get out of it. Another mom guilt may be feeling guilty for not being able to handle everything on your own and needing to ask for help from your families or your friends. Ooh, I know that's a lot of you. Ooh, I know. You don't want to ask for help because you are a super woman. You got this down pat. And then you feel guilty when you have to ask for help. This is not the way it's supposed to be. We're gonna fix that. Also, do you ever feel guilty for not being able to give each of your children equal attention or treat them the exact same? That's a major mom guilt. Feeling guilty for not taking time out for yourself, when you go off on a weekend or take a day with the girls, or you feel like, I feel so guilty when I take that time out for myself. No, no, no. That's not good. So these are just a few examples. I'm sure there's hundreds and hundreds more, but that's just a few examples of the many different types of mom guilts that us moms we experience. It's important though for you to remember and know that these feelings are normal and it's okay to ask for help and support. I remember asking for help when I was a new mom. I was working for the airline industry. I was newly married about 2 years. Then we decided to have a bouncing baby, had a bouncing baby girl, and I did my maternity leave. Then it was time to go back. I worked for the airline, so I had a really great job, great, great, great benefits. All the benefits of traveling around the world, first class, business class, abroad, to the Caribbean, to different countries. Have just living my best life, okay? For very little. So this was and I love what I do. Well, I love what I did. So I will have my sister in love. Thank you, Gwen. My sister in love would be the one who was babysitting my daughter. So I would do time, and I noticed that she was getting a little distant. So I went part time. I said, no, this job is too good to let go. We need money and we need benefits. Okay, so I went part time. So then one day I came home. I only worked 4 hours. Granted, it did take an hour to get there and an hour to get back. So one day I came home and I met my sister in love at the door. She had my daughter, and I just had this big old grin on my face. And I was just like, hey, with my hands stretched out, I was like, hey, Bookie, you miss mommy. And when I did, and she just looked at me and turned her body, y'all. She turned her body away from me and didn't want to come to me, her mother. The ultimate mom guilt. I was like, oh my God, she doesn't know me anymore. Or she spends more time with more of her waking hours with my sister in love. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that hurt me. Yeah, I went part time. I already did part time. What was the next thing? What was the next thing for me to do? Is to resign. The mom guilt got so incredibly bad. I felt so bad because I felt like when she moved her body, I felt like there was a dagger in my heart and the blood sinking slowly. I can't breathe. This is my own flesh and blood, and she's denying me. She is rejecting me. The mom guilt was real. So, yes, I did resign. And then I had, if there's another type of guilt, I don't know, reverse mom guilt. I gave up that good job. But the mom guilt weighed so heavily that I did live with it. And on down the road, you look like, okay, that was the best decision. But while you're in there, you don't really see it that way. But in the long run, I was able to homeschool her and raise her and do different things. So that was the ultimate, was to quit. And it worked out. But whoo, baby, that was hard. That was so hard. So now I want to show you how you can take some steps that can help you get to the next level of letting go. So there's 5 steps that I'm going to talk about. The first step is practice self-compassion. You need to be kind to yourself and recognize that you're doing the best that you can, especially if you got some circumstances that maybe the way life just threw that at you and you making it work. Are you kidding me? You're doing the best you can. Understand that it's okay to make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Take a moment to reflect on all of your accomplishments as a mother and focus on what you've done right. When you focus on what you've done right, you're going to see your mood shift and change, and it's going to bring you a sense of joy because listen, you did this right and you're doing the best you can be. So don't be hard on yourself. Step 2, set realistic expectations. Listen, we put too much pressure on ourselves to do everything perfectly. Instead, we need to set realistic goals and focus on what's truly important. Remember that it's okay to ask for help when you need it. That is your superpower. Asking for help. Stop trying to be the Miss Independent lady and do the superwoman complex. No, ask for help. It's okay. Step number 3, practice mindfulness. Take time each day to be present in the moment and focus on what's around you. Sometimes we have to put our phones away or put them on silent and enjoy the moment that we're in and focus what's around you. You'll be surprised how that'll help you. This can help you let go of your negative thoughts or your negative feelings of guilt. It's like, let it go. Relax, relate, release. Relax, relate, release. So that's step 3, is to practice mindfulness. Step 4, prioritize self-care. This is huge. This is big. Take care of yourself. Okay, taking care of yourself is just as important as taking care of your children. Okay? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Even on the airplane, they say if we experience turbulence, then the oxygen mask comes down. First, you put the mask on yourself and then put it on your child. So you see how you have to put yourself as number 1 sometimes because you can't help them if you're not helping yourself. So you got to take that time to take care of yourself. It's just so important. I mean, you have to make sure, listen, you have to get enough sleep, baby. Come on now. You can't be walking around here, bags on the eyes, looking half crazy. Come on. You've got to get enough sleep. You have to eat well. I know for me, it's just a matter of whatever I can find, whatever I can see, I'm good. And keep going. No, pause, self care. You have to eat well. You have to take time to do the things that make you happy, that make you happy. Now, for some of us, we have to pull back and go to the side and start pulling the layers down to find who we are. Because so many times, listen, we don't know. We're so consumed with all of our titles, a mom or a coworker, a wife or brother or sister, da 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 da. We're so confused and so packed down, we don't know who we are. That's a whole nother episode. We're going to have to come back and talk about that, baby, because you have to know who you are. So you're going to know what makes you happy. And that's what you're going to have to do for your self care. All right. Step number 5, surround yourself with positive support. Listen, talk only to the friends and family members that are truly there, that love you and support you. Or you can join mom groups. There's online communities where you can connect with other mothers or someone in some similar situation that you're in. You know, you may have a toddlers class. Connect with those mothers, go to the library. That's going to help you so much to surround yourself with support. I was an at-home mom, and I that's what I would take my daughter to the library. And then as she got older, I was homeschooling. Then I took her to this different place where they had kids and they gave them different lessons. So it was able to communicate with adults. Whew, that's a whole nother subject. Being around children all day, you don't have adult conversation. So that helped to be in the room with other moms. So remember, regardless, all these steps, you can do it. But remember, I'm here for you. I'm your girl, right? We sisters. Well, brother, sister. I'm your sister. And it's so important for me to understand where you are and even to get to know you more. Please leave comments. I love reading the comments from the episodes. So please keep those coming. I will read them, I will embrace them. And I want to get to know you more because this is a conversation. This is what we have. So I just want you to know that overcoming mom guilt is so important for you to make that a priority, but it's not overnight. So you can do a little at a time and just maybe change it a little at a time. Make yourself a sticky note to remind you how fabulous you are. I want you to succeed. Now, even though we know mom guilt is common, I hope these steps you incorporate them in your life, and I hope they help you towards overcoming and letting go of that mom guilt. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I'm so excited for you. Now, I love the fact that we're talking about something that resonates with me. I said, you know what? I'm going to give my mom something. I'm going to give my mom's affirmations, something that you can start your day off with or end your day. And I want you to have these free affirmations. So there will be a link in the comments, or you can email the show, the Sheila C. Hill Show at gmail.com to receive these free affirmations. Just a few. I want you to embrace them and feel them and get that power. Change your vibration, change the energy around you when you say these affirmations. This is just a few. I am a loving and capable mom. Please repeat this after me. I am a loving and capable mom. I trust my instincts and make the best decisions for my family. I am grateful for the precious memories I share with my children. I am proud of the mother I'm becoming. I give myself grace and forgiveness when I make mistakes. I am a positive role model for my children. I am patient and understanding with my children. I create a safe and nurturing environment for my family. I am a valuable member of my family, and I am taking care of my own needs in order to better care for my family. So, these are just a few affirmations that I have for you. There's a list that I can send you as well, just for you, because I want you to remember who you are and the power that you have. So, you can click the link or email me to get that list. And also, I took a little extra step just for you. I created an ebook on how to let go of the mom guilt and how you can get back to having your self care while dealing with your family responsibilities as well. So, in this ebook, I have it full of affirmations. Um, I go into more detail of the steps, the practical steps that you can use to let go. I go into more resources that's out there that can help you as well. It's just basically a tool that's needed to help balance your self care, your family responsibilities, and overall becoming a better person by letting go of the mom guilt. Now, this book is especially just for you. Don't tell anybody. It's only $7. And it's like over 40 something pages. It's only $7. So click the link to purchase because I know it will help you. If you if you're good with your mom guilt, but you know someone who could benefit from this book to help them get out of the rut that they are, to help educate them for new moms, to understand that this is common. However, there are steps to get let go of this guilt. Just give it to them for a gift. It's only $7, okay? Just help the sister out. Now, there's several resources out here for mom. There's organizations. There's Postpartum Support International. There's the National Alliance of Mental Illness. There's Mommy and Me classes, mommy blogs and podcasts and therapy. So I want you to reach out and find those resources that can help you in your local area. Believe me, it's going to be so worth it. Today could be the brand new day for you. No more guilt, no more heaviness. It can be perfect time for you to start living a more valued, productive life mentally, physically, and emotionally. I do have a message for you. And this message is to you, my dearest moms. I know that mom guilt can be a heavy, heavy burden to carry. And it's so easy to feel like you're not doing enough and that you're falling in some kind of way. But just remember that you are strong and a capable mother who is doing her absolute best. It's okay to make mistakes. That's fine. No one's perfect. And it's okay to have moments of doubt. In fact, listen, we all have been there, and that's normal. But being a mom is a tough job, and it's very important to give yourself grace and compassion. You are doing something incredible by raising and nurturing another human being. What? Another human being. We are super women. I encourage you to practice self care and self compassion. Take a moment to acknowledge all the hard work you put in and appreciate the progress you made. A lot of times we don't appreciate our progress, but we can always look at the neighbor and say, oh, they're doing a great job or they come this far. But we never turn the mirror to ourselves and say, listen, girl, you are doing wonderful. You have made progress and you're doing great. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, surround yourself with supportive people who uplift and encourage you. And don't be afraid to ask for help. You hear me? Don't be afraid because I don't want you to have that knowledge of I can only do this myself. No man is an island, no man stands alone. In this case, no woman is an island and no woman stands alone. You need help, and it's okay. Above all, know that you are loved, valued, and highly appreciated. You are a vital part of your child's life, and your love and guidance make a lasting impact on their growth and their development. So, to you, mom, keep up the great work. Know that you're amazing and you're doing an amazing job. So, if this episode has been helpful to you in any way, let's grow together and subscribe and also share this show with a friend. Listen, you can even share it with the enemy because after this show, it might even make them a better person and y'all might become friends. But share the show. Let's grow together. Just know that I love reading all the comments. So keep them coming. I just feel so much closer when I see the comments, and I want you to keep them coming. And also, if you have thoughts about different show ideas, send them my way. I would love to be a part because this is us together. This is our community. I'm your sister, and I want you to know that we're in this together. So I want you to understand that and always remember that I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. So thanks for tuning in, and it's time to go. Until next time on the Sheila C. Hill Show.